Coming, Milkies? Coming to say hello? You coming to say hello? Hi kids, Charlie here, and thank you for joining me for today's yoga class. I'm sorry I'm a minute delayed, but I had a bit of problems with my internet, so fingers crossed it's all going to work for today's class. We would like to say, Milky and I, a special hello to Daphne, Benji, Max and Hannah that we know are watching. Hello from me and Milky. So before we get started, as always, we want to make sure that we have a blanket near us so that we can have it over us at the end of the class. And we also want a little teddy or a little book, something that we can balance on our head for some of our balancing poses. And we're going to give ourselves a little massage at the end of the class. Hello, Possum. Are you coming to say hello as well? And we can have a little bit of oil or cream or just rub our hands, which is what I'm going to do when we give ourselves a bit of a massage at the end. So we want to put all of that away, and we want to make sure that our mat and our area around us are really, really clear. So there's no obstacles, nothing that's going to get in our way if we're flinging our arms around. If you've got socks on like me, let's take them off so that we don't slip on our mat or the floor. And if you've got long hair, then let's tie it back and get it out of the way. Lovely. Let me just make sure that my microphone is on. Yep, perfect. Okay, everyone. So we're all going to start sitting on the mat, nice and tall. We want to make sure that we don't have a turtle back, like a turtle shell. Really important throughout all the day, hello Possum, is to sit up really, really tall with a straight back. Can you see? And we want a nice straight neck. We don't want to be leaning forwards or leaning back. Nice and straight, as if someone's pulling a string from the top of your head all the way up to the sky. And sitting all together, we're going to say hello the way we do in yoga, because remember, yoga comes from the country India. And in India, we use the same word to say hello and goodbye, and that's namaste. We put our hands at our heart because namaste means I give the light in my heart to you. So it's a lovely thing to say when you see someone or you're saying goodbye. So the song that we're going to sing to remind us of this is Hello Everybody, or in the yoga way, we say namaste. So let's sing that 2 times together. Hello, everybody, or in the yoga way, we say namaste. And one more time. Hello, everybody, or in the yoga way, we say namaste. Wonderful. Okay. The second most important thing in yoga is our breathing. And I always say that you can do this whole yoga class without eating and the whole yoga class without drinking anything, but you can't do the whole yoga class without breathing. So we want to breathe nice and deeply, because the air that we're taking in is the most important food for all of our body to keep us healthy and to give us lots of energy. So we're going to start with our hands on our belly, and we're going to do our balloon breathing, which is the type of breathing that we should be doing all day long. So we want to take really big breaths and imagine that our belly is a balloon. So we're going to breathe in through the nose, nice and long, and feel the belly get really, really big, like a balloon under your hands, and then breathe out through the mouth and feel the balloon get really small. Breathing in through the nose, feel that balloon get really big in your belly, and then breathe out and feel your belly shrink all the way backwards. And again, big breath in, feel the balloon, and out. And last time, I want you to breathe in so much that it's like the balloon is about to pop. And as we breathe out, we're going to try to make the really, really long. So last time, big breath in. Feel the balloon about to pop, and a really long. Wonderful. Okay, now we're going to do a more difficult breath. So last Saturday, we did a bit more harder than we usually do, and this time we're going to do it even more advanced. So we're going to practice one bunny breath and one cake breath, birthday cake breath. And then we're going to put them both together. So let's practice the bunny breath one time. So we're going to have our hands on our head like floppy bunny ears, imagining that there's a lovely juicy carrot just under the nose, and we're going to sniff 3 times, 3 big sniffs. And if you can see my hands, I'm coordinating them or moving them at the same time as my sniffs. So as I sniff, my bunny ears are flopping. Okay, let's do one birthday cake breath. So I want you to imagine that there's your favorite type of cake, a lovely birthday cake. Maybe it's chocolate, vanilla, raspberry, lemon. And I want you to imagine candles on your cake for your next birthday. And we're going to take a big breath in, and we're going to 3 times like this. Big breath in. 3 big blows. Okay, so now we're going to do the bunny breath and the birthday cake breath. So as we breathe in, we're going to do 3 sniffs. And as we breathe out, we're going to do 3 blows. So we're going to do them straight away, one after the other. Okay, let's do a practice. Bunny ears up and 3 sniffs. 3 blows. Lovely. So it's 3 sniffs and then straight away 3 blows. Let's do that again. Bunny ears up and 3 sniffs. 3 blows. Lovely. Let's try that one more time. Bunny ears up. Are you coming to join us, Milky, for our bunny and birthday cake breath? All right. 3 big sniffs and then 3 big blows. Even bigger than before. Ready? And... Wonderful. Well done. Okay. Let's all stand up. And we're going to do our sun dance. And I know that this is Daphne's favorite part of our yoga class. So I'm going to teach you the sun dance for those that haven't done it before. We're going to do it slowly the first time, and then we're going to do it a bit faster and then a bit faster. And maybe the cats will come and join. Milky, boss, you going to come and join for the sun dance? You want to come and join? Yeah? Okay, so we want to start standing at the front of our mats. And we're standing really, really tall. Now, standing tall is important because we don't want our turtle shell again. We don't want to be looking down. We want to stand tall, strong, and confident. Nice straight back with our feet together or maybe a little bit apart. Let's roll the shoulders back. Nice straight neck. Again, like someone's pulling a string from your head up to the sky. And I'm going to show you the different poses of our sun dance. So we're going to start with our arms rounded like a sun. And we're going to slowly lift upwards like the rising sun, big and round, really tall, up in the sky. And then we're going to do the rain pose. So we're going to sprinkle our fingers all the way down and touch the floor like the rain, creating a little puddle underneath us. And then we're going to do our table pose. So here, we're going to have our hands on the floor and we're going to jump or hop, going back into a strong, straight table. And we want to make sure that our shoulders are in line with our wrists and we're lifting our bottom really, really straight and strong, like someone's going to put a heavy pot on top of your table. And then after the table pose is our snake. So we're going to come all the way down. We're going to put our feet together like a slithering snake. And we're going to squeeze our bottom and lift up and hiss like a snake. Wonderful. And after our snake pose is our puppy dog pose. So we're going to lift ourselves up, lift our bottom. Walk our feet a little bit forwards and waggle our tails like a puppy dog. Waggling, waggling. Make sure your arms are really straight. You can make your head nice and floppy and keep waggling your tail, trying to step your heels down to the floor. And then our next pose is our floppy teddy pose. So we're going to jump forwards to our hands and we're going to flop over all the way. Hello, possum. So we want to be really floppy with our legs straight. Let's not bend our legs, let's straighten them. Maybe we're just flopping to here today, and that's absolutely fine. Just really, really floppy. And then we're going to finish just as we started, lifting our sun up back into the sky as it rises in the morning. Lovely. Okay, let's do that 2 more times, but we're going to do it a little bit faster. So starting at the front of the mat, round the arms and slowly lifting them high, high, high in the sky, big round sun. And then we're going to do our rain pose, sprinkling our fingers all the way down to the floor. And then we're going to do our table pose, jumping or hopping back, hello possum, into a strong table with straight arms, really lifting the bottom, nice and strong. And then we're going to come all the way down. I need to move because possum's in the way. All the way down for our snake pose. And we're going to squeeze our bottom, put our feet together and as we lift up. Coming into our puppy dog pose, lifting our tails and waggling them, making sure that our arms and our back are really straight. We don't want to round, we want to push back. Waggle, waggle, and then our floppy teddy pose. So we're going to jump forwards and flop all the way over, keeping our legs really, really straight and our arms and our head really floppy. And then coming up like the sun, rising in the sky, nice round arms, lifting, lifting, lifting up. Lovely. And last time, even faster. Let's see if you can remember the poses. Okay, starting at the front of the mat, last time, coming up like a big sun and coming down like the rain. Hopping back into our table and then coming down into our snake. Up with our tails for our puppy dog. Waggle, waggle, waggle. And coming into our floppy teddy pose. Flopping over and then coming up like the sun all the way up and relaxing the arms by your side. Lovely. Okay, let's crouch down and we're going to pretend that we're going on a journey. And we're going again, can you guess where? Because I'm wearing my jungle trousers. So we're going to imagine that we're going to the jungle in Africa where we're going to see different animals and different plants. So I want you to just close your eyes just for a second, just to imagine the jungle full of trees and a river. But to get to the jungle, we need to go on an aeroplane. So this is where we're going to want to get our little teddy or our book and balance it on our head as we do the aeroplane pose. And I'm sure you can remember this one. So we're going to stretch our arms out like the wings of an aeroplane. We're going to lift one leg behind us and gently take ourselves forwards, trying not to let the teddy or the book balancing on your head fall. But if it does, don't worry, we can just try again. Practice makes perfect. And maybe your foot is just lifted a little bit off the floor. Maybe you can come all the way up into a straight line and then gently coming down. And now we're going to do the other leg. So we're going to lift the other one up, lift our arms into our wings and slowly come forwards, lifting our foot off the floor. And maybe it lifts a little bit on this side or maybe even more on this side. There's always one side that we can balance on better. And take a nice big breath. Don't forget to breathe. and then gently coming back down. Lovely. So we've arrived in Africa where we can see a river leading us to the jungle. So we're going to imagine that we've walked over a bridge, and then we're going to get into a boat and go along the river in the jungle. So to do a bridge pose, we're going to lie ourselves down with our knees bent, nice and flat, and we're going to squeeze our bottom and lift upwards. And even higher, making a bridge. Sometimes Milky likes to go under my bridge. Milky, you want to go under my bridge? No? Lifting up even higher, squeezing the bottom as if someone can crawl underneath you. And then gently coming down, and we've walked over the bridge and we're going to get into a boat. Do you remember the boat pose? So we're going to roll ourselves up and we're going to balance on our bottom with our legs lifted. Do you want to get in the boat? So we're lifting our toes as high as we can and we're going to row the boat with our arms. Lifting the legs. Make sure the back is nice and straight, that you're not curling. And we're trying to balance on our bottoms, wobbling a little bit because the water's a bit wavy in the river. So we're wobbling a little bit forwards and back. Lovely. And then we're going to put our feet down because in the water, we're going to see a flamingo. So here we're going to use our teddy or our book again for another balancing pose. So let's stand back up. Put our balancing toy or book on our head. And we're going to lift one leg up in front of us like a flamingo. And we're going to create our flamingo wings by putting our hands on our shoulders. So nice and tall, like a beautiful tall flamingo, balancing on one leg because they usually just stand on one leg. Nice and tall. And then we're going to put that leg down. And we're going to raise the other one, lifting up, 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 up. And then letting it come down. And we can take our teddy or our book off our head because now we're going to come out of the river and we're going to see hundreds of beautifully colored butterflies all around us, going up into the trees, the branches all around. And we're going to do our butterfly pose by putting our feet together. And we're going to create butterfly wings with our hands on our shoulders. And we're going to flap our knees from side to side. And as you're flapping, I want you to close your eyes and imagine the colors of the most beautiful butterfly. Maybe it's got stripes or spots. Keep flapping those wings and imagining a beautiful butterfly. Lovely. And after the butterflies, we come across a family of frogs. So I'm sure you can remember the frog pose. We're going to hop up onto our feet and we're going to put our hands on the floor and we're going to jump. So let's see if you can jump all the way from one side of the mat to the other. And if you like, you can say ribbit, ribbit, as you jump and hop. All the way, turning around. And see if you can go all the way in the other direction, even higher this time. Wonderful. And next to the frogs, we see a lovely family of turtles, some baby turtles and some mummy and daddy turtles. And they're moving very, very slowly, very relaxed. So the turtle pose in yoga, going to have our knees bent and we're going to put our hands under our knees. So they're in the middle, through there. And we're going to do the other one. And we're going to have our hands out and our feet out. And we're going to see if we can move on our mat, walking nice and slowly like a turtle. And see if you can turn around like a turtle and walking nice and slowly. Wonderful. And just after the turtles, we can see by the side of the river a family of crocodiles. Nice, friendly crocodiles. So to do our crocodile pose in yoga, we're going to lie on our bellies. And we're going to stretch our arms forwards. And we're going to have one palm up and one palm down. And the palm that's up, the arm that's up, we want the opposite leg to go up. So right and left. And left and right. So raising one leg and the arm from the other side. So we're going to raise the arm and the leg nice and high, just like the mouth of a crocodile. And then it's going to come snap back down. Hi, cats. And then we're going to turn our hands over like this. Milky's in the way. And we're going to raise the other leg and the arm as high as we can, lifting the mouth of the crocodile and smacking it back down. One more time, turning the hands over, lifting up the left arm and the right leg, opposite leg and arm as high as you can, and then snapping it down. And once more on the other side, lifting one leg and the opposite arm as high as you can, and snapping the crocodile mouth back down. Lovely. Okay, in the jungle, we know that there are lions. So we're going to come onto all fours, and the lions move very slowly, very elegantly from side to side. And then they raise one arm or one big paw, and they put it down. And the other one rises up and comes down. Now see if you can raise your paw even higher and down. Nice, elegant lions, lifting up your paw and bringing it down. And then we're going to drop our belly and we're going to roar. Roar. Lovely. Oh, that just made me cough. Let me have some water. I've got a tickle at the back of my throat. So next to the lions, what do we see? Some lovely, big African jungle elephants. So we're going to stand ourselves up. Excuse me. And we're going to do the elephant pose. So we want to have our legs open. And with our hands, we're going to create a big, long elephant trunk, putting them together and crossing our fingers. And we're going to sweep up the water from the pond or the river. And we're going to splash it over our head and onto our body behind. And then we're going to gather some more water, swaying a few times. And then lifting up and splashing it behind us on our body. And once more. Sweeping up the water, swaying forwards and back. And then lifting up and splashing it all over us. Wonderful. Okay, the last two animals that we're going to see in the jungle. We're going to see an eagle. So for this pose, it's the last one that you can use your teddy or your book. Remember, you don't have to use them. They're just to make the balancing a bit harder. And if they fall off, that's absolutely fine. So to do our eagle pose, we want to bend down on our legs. Let me lift my trousers so that you can see. We're going to bend down and we're going to cross one leg over the other. And if you can, maybe you can cross the foot, the bottom of the other leg. But maybe you're just here today. Maybe you're just crossing the leg here, wherever you're comfortable. We want to bend down and we want to spread our wings like an eagle. Lovely. Seeing if you can balance. Maybe you can even gently move the wings up and down. And then we want to unwrap our legs and give them a nice shake. Lovely. Let's wrap the other one on top. So we're going to bend down and we're going to cross the other one over. And maybe on this side, this is where you're comfortable. Maybe you can cross one over the other, or even the foot all the way around. And bending down, we're going to raise our eagle wings. Remember, there's always one side that it's easier to balance on than the other. And breathe. And then unwrapping the legs, and you can let your wings come down. Lovely. And let's take our teddy or our book, put it away, and we're going to imagine that we see the last animal in the jungle before it's time to go for a sleep in our tent, because it's been a long day walking around the jungle and seeing all the different animals along the river. So the last one that we're going to see is, as we look up into the trees, we see a giant spider web and a giant tarantula, a nice, lovely, friendly tarantula. So to do our spider pose or our tarantula pose, we're going to take our arms behind us. Oh, sorry, possum. I didn't see your tail there. Take our hands behind us, feet on the floor, and we're going to lift up and we're going to walk all the way to one side of the mat. Then we're going to try to turn around. You're going to go underneath me, possum? And walk to the other side of the mat. Lift up your belly. And walking like a spider. And then gently coming down. Lovely. And we're going to sit on the mat with our feet together. And you can shake out your wrists. If they're feeling a little bit sore after our spider pose, you can shake out the legs. And we're going to come to a finish before we lie down with giving ourselves a little massage to say thank you to our feet and our hands for everything that they do. So we're going to start with our feet, and we're going to press our thumbs into our feet everywhere, giving them a nice massage, helping them relax on the bottom of the feet, on the top of the feet, all the way along the toes as well. We want to help the feet relax after everything that they do. And now the other one, think of all the work our feet have to do when we're walking, running, hopping, dancing, everything that we do on our feet, jumping on the top, pressing into the toes, letting the feet completely relax. And then we're going to massage our hands. So we're going to press into them. And you can use oil or cream for this if you like. I prefer not to, because otherwise it gets a bit sticky and messy. And all along the top of the hands and the fingers, giving them a nice little massage, saying thank you for everything that they do. And the other one, think about it, all the writing, the drawing, the painting, picking things up all throughout the day, picking up on knives. And we're going to shake our hands and our feet, really making them nice and floppy and helping them relax completely as we lie ourselves down for a minute at the end of our class. So here you can grab your blanket and lie yourself back down onto the mat with your feet nice and floppy and your arms nice and floppy. And we're just going to let the whole body relax now for a minute after all the work it's done during the yoga class. So we want to shake our body a little bit and just make sure it's really floppy, just like a piece of cooked spaghetti. So you know that cooked spaghetti is really soft and floppy. And we want to feel our body flopping all the way down into the mat, relaxing it completely. And we're going to take one big breath, a balloon breath. So we're going to breathe in through the nose, feel the belly get really, really big, and then breathing out, Feel the belly go back down. And I want you to close your eyes. Keep the body really relaxed and floppy. And I want you, with your eyes closed, to imagine the jungle with all the friendly animals. Imagining that you're going along the river in your boat. And then you see lots of lovely butterflies. And I want you to imagine all the beautiful butterflies that you can see. The family of turtles slowly moving along the river. The hopping frogs, green and brown, hopping around, playing together just by the side of the river. And in the river you can spot some beautiful flamingos, tall and pink. And as you go a little bit further along, you can see some crocodiles snapping their mouths, drinking up some water by the side of the river. And as you walk a bit further along, you see lions, some baby lions, and a mummy lion, slowly reaching their paws up to get some food from the trees. And as you walk a bit further along in the jungle, you come across some elephants. And I want you to imagine a baby elephant, a whole family of elephants slowly moving through the jungle. And as you look up into the sky, you see some eagles. Eagles in the jungle are called harpy eagles. You can see them swooping slowly and elegantly through the sky. And then as you look a little bit closer up into the branches of the trees, you see a beautiful giant spider web, a white spider web sparkling in the sunlight with a lovely friendly tarantula spider in the middle. And I want you to imagine what this friendly spider looks like. And then I want you to imagine any other animal you like in the jungle, surrounded by trees and the river. Maybe it's a puppy dog, a cat, a rabbit, any of your favorite animals. Imagining them surrounded by beautiful tall trees. And then we're going to gently begin waking ourselves up by wiggling our fingers and wiggling our toes, doing some circles with our wrists and our ankles. And we're going to bend our knees and bring them into our chest. And we're going to see if we can roll up without using our arms. So see if you can lift your arms up, take a big breath in, and roll yourself up into a sitting position. Wonderful. Okay, let's finish off all together in our sitting position to sing our goodbye song. But just before we do, if you want to do this class again, it'll be up on YouTube for the next 24 hours. And please click the thumbs up button at the bottom of the video if you've enjoyed this class, and then I know to do some more. And if you'd like me to give you a shout out in Saturday morning's class when I'll be back, then Milky, me and Possum can say a special hello to you at the beginning of the class if you send me your name on Instagram on the Indiv Yoga page or underneath this video in the next 24 hours. So if you remember, we say goodbye the same way as we say hello in yoga, which is namaste. So from me and Possum, let's sing the goodbye song 2 times all together. So it goes like this. Goodbye, everybody, or in the yoga way, we say namaste. So let's sing that 2 times all together. Sitting up really, really tall, nice straight back and neck. And goodbye, everybody. Or in the yoga way, we say namaste. One more time. Goodbye, everybody. Or in the yoga way, we say namaste. So from me, Possum, and Milky, we wish you a wonderful rest of Wednesday, and we look forward to seeing you on Saturday morning at the same time. Goodbye, everybody. Namaste.